ABC, Friday Night Live. Brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, the biggest little credit union in town.
Welcome to Friday Night Live. I'm Stephen Hicks. We're here at South High School. It's the first time we've seen the Rebels this year. Last year, they, of course, won the Southeast Yosemite League title before falling in the D3 playoffs to Madera in the quarterfinals. They're looking to get back there this year, but tonight they've got to take care of business in league play, coming up against a Foothill team that has struggled over the past couple years. Their last win coming in back in 2013, entering this season. They finally ended that streak a couple weeks ago against East, completely dominated them. So Foothill looking to avoid becoming a footnote in this league. How would they do? Let's go to the highlights. Well, it was very busy before the game started. Senior night here at South High School, but also the Junior ROTC, the only one here in Kern County to honor the American flag in 3 ways. Very cool to see. But then also this, the last home game of the season, so it's the last time we'll see the haka dance before the game. And once that game started, it would be all Rebels. That's little Devin McCord taking the snap himself and bouncing out to the outside for a nice gain. That would get South in position for Isaiah Morales to score his first touchdown of the game, 7-0 Rebels. Later in the quarter, it's P.J. Jones, the other half of that running back duo. Stiff arms his way to the outside, is dragged, reaches for the end zone, but he's called just short. A couple plays later, he would make up for it and just walk his way into the end zone. Missed extra point makes it 13-0. Well, Foothill's offense struggled to get going all night. They were constantly punting the ball, and unfortunately for the Trojans, they were punting it to P.J. Jones. Couple broken tackles, and then it's just open space. Stiff arms his way, and he's all the way on the sidelines. Maybe if he hadn't looked back, he would have scored, but 3 plays later, it's again Isaiah Morales walking in untouched. Rebels out to an early lead, and then P.J. Jones dominating the game. Why not put him in at quarterback? Turns out he has an arm, too. Here he is finding Johnny Sanders for the huge completion. He's pushed out of bounds. Later in that drive, though, it's again P.J. Jones in at quarterback. He goes on the designed run play, again, just falling short of the end zone. But again, next play, he's punching it in himself. His second touchdown of the night. Rebels on top 27-0 with 7 seconds to go in the half. Those seconds would count because look at this. They get the ball back. I don't know if that was a design kick or what, but PJ again at quarterback, breaks a couple tackles, just chucks it downfield, and somehow Darian Smith is on the other end, adding insult to injury for the Trojans. Rebels go in at half leading 34-0. Well, the second half, the Rebels would finally open it up through the air. That's Aries Harris finding Devin McCord, and McCord would find his way to the sideline for a huge game before finally being taken down. But once in the red zone, Harris on the shuffle pass, that is Jared Carter with the 14-yard touchdown run, putting the Rebels up 40-0. South High dominant on the ground. They win this one big. Yeah, a lot for Coach Mills to be happy about in a 40-0 win, but I asked him after the game what he was most happy about and what this team can do to improve. They've only got 1 game left. That's North on November 6th. That'll probably decide the title. I asked him how they can improve from here.
Defensively, that's the best game we've played all year. The first half, they were just on spot with everything they did, execution of our pressures and coverage. So I was really, really happy with that. I think they had 1 first down, maybe 2 first downs for the whole game, and you know, our defense played really, really well.
Were you putting PJ in at quarterback? Is that something you tried tonight, or is that something you're doing all year to just kind of get the ball in his hand?
That's something we've been working on all year. Really haven't needed to do it. Aries kind of twisted his ankle a little bit at the end there, at the end of the first half. So, you know, it's like, okay, we'll put PJ in there, and he brings a different element, as you can see. You
guys got a bye week and then that big game against North that'll probably decide the league title. What are you telling the guys, you know, to keep focused over the next week?
We'll be okay. I think they realize that it's that time of year where it's time to pick up the effort, pick up our intensity a little bit. They were really focused tonight. They really came to play tonight.
And Foothill still has Miramonte and Highland left, and as you heard, South has a bye week before that huge game against North, likely to decide the Southeast Yosemite League title. That's going to be an awesome game to watch. But still to come, a dynamic duo here on offense at South that on paper has a lot in common, but one look and you'll see the difference. We'll explain next on Friday Night Live. Stay with us.
Fan L, brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union. Together we have something special.
One thing about living in Kern County is all these great rivalries. But despite all these rivalries, there's still one thing.
One thing! One thing!
We can all agree on. Kern Schools is the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our new auto rates as low as 1.24 APR up to 48 months or 1.74 up to 66 months.
Not at all. What do you think? The key is to stay hungry. By the way, our wife's in there. Seriously?
The Audi A8. Ambition never rests.
Bakersfield Audi, 6000 Weibel Road.
Well, Barry's RV is a great family place. Right when we bought the trailer, I couldn't get one of the refrigerators to work, and we were leaving early the next morning. John had his service technician come out to my house to light my refrigerator to make sure everything worked.
We've known Barry for years, and yeah, he's always taken care of us, my family, our family now, and just more generations to come.
I like Railway Zombie.
That's what it's all about, bud.
Looking for a new vehicle? With so many to choose from, buying a new or used vehicle can be scary. But at Three-Way Chevrolet and Cadillac, we're here to help. With exciting deals like lease the 2015 Chevy Cruze LT for $169 per month. So don't be afraid of buying a new car and come to Three-Way Chevrolet Cadillac, your hometown dealership.
Now here's 3 questions for you. Is your man intimidated because you're too smart? Can you, should you try to overcome cheating? Are you settling? Next week, we've got the surprising answers. Plus Michael on the Halloween set of Blackish, or is it Gapish, on Good Morning America.
Welcome back to South High School. The Rebels wrapped up an impressive 40-0 win here against Foothill. And really, the story is their running game. They absolutely dominated time of possession. And on defense, they held Foothill to that 0, but really just dominated, only holding them to like 1 or 2 first downs the entire game. But on the offensive side of the ball, Coach Kerry Mills told me earlier in the week that he has something of a luxury here with his running back combo. It's a combo not seen at other high schools. They affectionately call it here Thunder and Lightning. Take a look. From year to year, fans of South High football have been accustomed to a certain style of hard-nosed running. But this year, as fresh paint dries on these old bleachers, there's a new duo that's leading the Rebels on Friday night. South seniors P.J. Jones and Devin McCord alternate at running back, but their running styles couldn't be more different.
Blocking P.J., you just got to get the person out of the way, because if you don't get out of the way, he's hitting you too.
In his senior season, P.J. has punished opponents with his downhill running, averaging almost 10 yards a carry.
High school running back, you probably want a kid more of P.J.'s build and his abilities.
But if Coach Mills was looking for some speed to PJ's thunder, he's found it in Devin McCord.
Thunder and Lightning, that's my brother.
Devin is officially listed at 5'4" and stands as one of the shortest players on the field.
But he's quick though, so you know, it makes up for it, and he's like real short and quick, and he just get away from everybody.
And being so short, teammates and coaches couldn't help but worry when he went out and played in his first varsity game.
We were really worried last year as his junior year. He's tough. He's just only weighed 130 pounds, so I mean, they could throw him around.
And while many may have been discouraged by that experience, it only motivated Devin to work harder in the weight room and figure out a way to use his speed to his advantage.
I basically say I can do whatever I want if I put my mind to it. I can versatile, so I can move side to side, quick, shifty.
And maybe it is that speed, but Devin has somehow figured out a way to avoid getting any of those big hits.
One time against Arvin, he scored though. He still scored.
So while he may look up to nearly everyone on the team, it's easy to forget his size.
Even though he's short, you know, don't let him down. He'll score on you. Like any little crack, Devin just slide through there.
I think because of his stature, he knew he had to make up for it in other areas. More important, they're just really good kids. That's the best thing about them.
And those here at Southfield, that running back combo is the best of any team here in Kern County. And tonight they really showed it. PJ pounding the ball on the ground, 13 carries for almost 100 yards. And then he even filled in a quarterback, 2 for 2, 95 yards, and that touchdown that you saw earlier. Devin didn't get the action that you would expect, 2 carries, but 13 yards on the ground. And then, of course, that huge completion for 60 yards. Well, still to come, there's a lot to get to. Some huge games going on across the county. And when we get back, we'll whip around and show you some of those scores with league-winning implications. It's Friday Night Live. Back after this.
Fan L, brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union. Together, we have something special.
One thing about living in Kern County is all these great rivalries.
But despite all these rivalries, there's still one thing we can all agree on. Kern Schools is the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our new auto rates as low as 1.24 APR up to 48 months or 1.74 up to 66 months. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
Got a lot of land to work? Now during Kubota's Power to Do Great Things sales event, get an M-Series tractor with a powerful 100 to 135 horsepower clean diesel engine, Grand X control technology, and the largest cab in its class. Get financing as low as 0% APR for up to $5,000 when you buy a new M-Series tractor. For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit CaliforniaKubotaDealers.com.
I have a video I want you to watch, and no matter what, I need you to stay focused. Don't take your eyes off the screen.
It's hard to stay focused. Text message alerts from Chevy Cruise let you send a text response at the touch of a button so you can focus on driving.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get a sign and drive lease on this Chevy Cruise LT. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
I fell in love with learning. I fell in love with the freedom that there is in being a Christian scholar who can ask the difficult questions. I fell in love with the way that there was never an end to what you could learn. There was never a limit to your curiosity. It feels like I'm using the highest faculty. It feels like I am so close to God because I'm doing the thing that He made me to do. And there is no greater feeling than that.
Find the great deals with Shop Smart on the 23ABC app and on turnto23.com.
Welcome back to South High School. The Rebels wrapped up a 40-0 win over Foothill. Their big game coming at the end of the season. They got a bye and then they take on North. That's likely to decide the Southeast Yosemite League title. You'll want to see that for sure. But there are some huge games going across the county tonight. None bigger than in the Southwest Yosemite League. Let's go right now to the scores. That first one, Centennial Bakersfield. We were at practice earlier this week at the Golden Hawks, and they were talking about how this game would be the game of the season. Both teams entered 2-0 in league play. An interesting note, veteran coach Chad Brown has coached a number of teams here in Kern County, but this was the first time he led a team at Griffith Field. They shut out the Drillers 19-0. In fact, that's their first win over BHS in 5 years. 5 years. Remember, Coach Cody Kessler was the quarterback the last time they beat the Drillers. Well, Liberty, like Bakersfield, they lost their first 2 games, but have been a different team since they got a healthy Jordan Love at quarterback. 2-0 in league play again. They win this one 45-9 over Garces. Next week, another huge Southwest Yosemite League game. Liberty and Centennial at Centennial High. That's going to be a game to watch. Well, Bakersfield Christian, they're a team that lost 3 of their first 4 games. They've since won their last 4, and tonight they clinched a share of the South Sequoia League. They win that one 42-6. They have a bye before they end their season up in Taft. And Chavez and Kennedy, 2 very good teams, meeting with their only loss of the season coming against BHS. They win that one 60-14. Let's go now to the South Yosemite League, turning into a 2-team race between Tehachapi and Ridgeview. Ridgeview ranked the top team in the section, and they're the only undefeated team left in Kern County. They win that one 49-7 over the Blades, and Tehachapi 49-19. And weather permitting, that matchup next week, Tehachapi and Ridgeview, will be our game of the week. That's going to be a huge game to watch. Let's get to some standings real quick. First look, we're starting to get an idea, albeit a foggy one, of the Southwest Yosemite League. Centennial improved to 3-0 in conference. Liberty again 3-0 in conference. Again, they will meet next week. And that is likely to decide the Southwest Yosemite League, so that's going to be a huge game to watch. Again, our game of the week next week is probably going to be it's going to be Ridgeview at Tehachapi, and weather permitting, that'll be it. Until then, I'm Stephen Hicks. Have a great night.